Game day. It is pregame. It is week number 6. The LOBO, the Longview Lobos taking on the Forney Jackrabbits today. Morgan Smith not here, unfortunately, which means I'm going to try to limp through this, bringing you at least part of this pregame show. Coach John King, of course, to the middle here. Katie Baker to my right. Lizzie Baker all the way on the far side. Keaton Daniels in the middle. They're going to bring you the pregame with us tonight, and hopefully we'll get you ready for a pretty good district matchup tonight. We'll start, of course, by introducing Coach John King. Good to see you again, Coach.
Good to see y'all. No, I was going to say, good district matchup. You don't have to wait long. It's going to be one at 7:30.
Great district matchup. If you are not already on the way here and you can still get here, we implore you to come on by. If you can't, you can join us for the actual game after the pregame. We'll take a little break. We'll start the pregame at actually about 7:15 right before kickoff. But we have a big matchup. But before we get to talking about Forney, last time we saw you was Lancaster. And you may be tired of talking about a 2-week-old game after a bye week, but really an unbelievably, I think, beneficial game for you guys. Maybe more speed than you'll see anywhere else this season in Lancaster.
Well, I sure hope we don't see anybody with more. But, no, they have speed. They have toughness, physicality. They're well coached. We were fortunate to get out here with a win against a very good football team. We didn't necessarily play our best, but I think a lot of that had to do with Lancaster. Let's call it like we see it. And, there's some things we wish we could have done differently and wish we had back, but we don't. But we found a way to scratch and claw and get out here with a win. And great to see our team fight through adversity. First time we've been behind at half all year. And then, we got the lead and then got the turnover when they were driving to take the lead. And then, of course, at the end, we stopped the fake punt and punched one in to seal the deal.
You'd like to win every game 50-0. But adversity is a thing, and you're going to see it as this year goes by. And as a coach, yes, we got the win, but I tell you what, we learned a little more about our team.
Yes, we did, and we learned what we thought. We got a tough team. We got kids that are experienced. We got kids that are going to fight to the end. But it's glad to see it come into play when you get in a game where you face some adversity. It didn't all go our way, and we had to bow our neck and scratch and claw when it mattered the most, and we did.
Coach, I want to ask you a question about self-reflecting. I know you don't want to do that too early, but being 5-0, coming off a bye week, how do you feel about the team right now?
I feel good. I feel like bye week was good. I feel like this week of preparation was pretty good. It's typical for coming off a open week because, you have an open week and then all of a sudden you try to, crank the tempo back up a little bit more and the intensity back up. And, Monday wasn't the best practice, but Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday it fell into place, But, the concern as a coach coming off a bye week, are you going to be ready for game speed? You worry about ball security. You worry about alignment. You worry about open field tackling. Snaps on extra points, punts, in your kicking game, and it's all those things. Because you get in a rhythm, you start playing really good, and then all of a sudden take a week off, and you got to get it going again.
Right. Can you tell us a little bit more about your schedule during bye week? How you keep them focused?
Well, we always practice at least 2 days after school. They're a little bit shorter, but they're physical and they're intense. I'm not going to say we do a walkthrough. We get after it. But this year we did it Monday, Wednesday because we had a middle school game here on Tuesday. We wanted to watch our middle school teams play. So we went Monday and Wednesday, but we have our athletic period on Tuesday and Thursday where we concentrate and focus on our kicking game and some other down and distance situations that we'll work on. And, of course, the weight room is 3 days that week, and then this year we did EKG testing that was paid for by Trent Williams and Trent Williams' family.
Wow.
So we did that with our 24s and 25s that didn't have a chance to do it the last couple years.
Wow, that's great.
That's incredible.
That's a good thing.
That's great. Well, I'm going to change up a little bit, Coach. I've heard through the grapevine that you make a mean pot of gumbo. And so I was just wondering if you could give us a secret ingredient that you use or that you can share with us.
All I'm saying is she's been talking about this nonstop for the past few days.
Y'all going to have to come up here on Thursday and enjoy some. But the whole deal with the gumbo, it starts with the roux.
Oh, okay.
It's all about the roux. So
okay.
If the roux's not any good, the gumbo's not going to be any good.
So how long does it take you to make this?
I've gotten pretty good at it. About 2 hours, I'll have a big old stock pot full of gumbo.
And this is every Thursday?
Chicken and sausage gumbo, yeah.
That is awesome.
Get in here about 5:30 and try to have the majority of the work done before we start our meeting at 7:30, and then kind of let it simmer.
Hey, listen, if ever I got a short day at the hospital, I'm coming out. I'm coming over
there.
Yeah. I learned from the best. I learned from my mother, who learned from her mother-in-law. how to cook gumbo. So that is one thing I did pay attention to.
I'm waiting for the in-store John King
Yes.
winning Lobo gumbo.
Yeah.
Well,
I like the label already.
That's
Yeah,
a good
I
name.
know. That is a good one.
Yeah.
it may be something I have to pick up.
Hey, we got Coach Speechless on that one.
Lobos are the #1 team in the state in 5A. You got Forney this week, which is a new opponent for you guys. Not somebody you've seen before, obviously. We see a Forney team the last couple of years that struggled, but they got a new coach, and they're in a new direction. You've had a little bit of experience with Coach Fleener before.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what you see from the Jackrabbits.
Well, that's what I was going to say. We've never played Forney, but we have played teams coached by Jeff Fleener, when he was at Mesquite. And of course, he was at Allen when they had that big, terrific run. And but no, Forney's a growing area, and they have one 6A high school now, and in North Forney, and in Forney High, they'll be 6A next realignment. They already have 6A numbers, so it's a growing area. But they've got a really good team. They're talented. They got the right mix of skill and linemen and speed, and quarterbacks are really good. So he's done an excellent job there in a short amount of time. But I'm not surprised. He did the same thing at Mesquite. He's done the same thing everywhere he's been. He's an excellent offensive mind. He brought his defensive coordinator from Mesquite with him. Got a guy on staff coaches the quarterbacks, Chris Mosley, who's been with him for a long time. Chris and I went to college together. So he's got a good staff, but he's got good players, and he's got it headed in the right direction. So it's a typical team that you'll face anytime you go against Jeff Fleener.
And this looks like a playoff caliber team. I think it's going to get one of the 4 spots.
I would think so. Their win against Lufkin last week had a lot to say with that. They're 2-0, and along with us, and of course, who wins tonight gets in the driver's seat for the #1 seed in the district championship. And with a lot of football left to play, nothing's a given. I'm never going to count any game as a win, and I don't think he will either. But yeah, I think Forney could very, very well be one of the playoff teams.
We put so much emphasis on playoffs and state championships and that stuff. Are you a guy that still has a lot of pride in hanging a flag for district?
That gold ball, yeah,
Gold ball. Yeah.
We do, and it's part of our goals that we have, and there's a bunch of pictures in that Lobo den of teams that have won district championships, and that's something you can come back years later and talk about and say, hey, that was the team I played on, or there's my picture on the wall. And I think a lot of guys have pride in that, and that's what I told the kids, and it's one of our goals to have a winning record in non-district, to have a winning record in district, qualify for the playoffs, and then hopefully you're the district champion, and it is a goal of ours. We hadn't won one in 2 years, and we've had opportunities, and we didn't take advantage of the opportunity, and thus we didn't win a gold ball. But yeah, we got a bunch of them in there, and we can build some more room for some more.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Coach Brown at Texas, he always used to say you have to be consistently good to be great. And I think having those district championships just puts you in line to be reaching that greatness.
It does, and I like what the UIL did with the home field advantage. It gives you something to play for at the end of the year.
It does.
If you're going to win a district championship, then you're going to be a 1 seed. You're going to get a home playoff game. You get a little more with it.
Absolutely.
So I think it's a good thing. It sure does.
Well, you don't want to go to Houston the first round?
No. No, I really don't. It'd be nice to have one here at Lobo Stadium.
It's something about playing at Lobo Stadium on a Friday night that just get everything going, get everybody going.
I want to go back to Lancaster for a minute, because normally we start talking about things on the offensive side. I thought on the defensive side, though, there's some names I pulled up when we were doing the broadcast. And for folks who haven't been paying attention, your team has given up 8 points in the second half through 5 weeks. I mean, it's not 1983 Dangerfield, but it's pretty darn good defense.
It is. That's when you make adjustments, and that's what we tell the kids all the time. Know the scheme, understand the scheme. First things we haven't seen, we have a way to adjust and hopefully defend it, and our kids believe in that. They do a good job of understanding. Coach Berry and the defensive coaches do a great job of making those adjustments. And and there's times we play complementary football. When I say that, I'm talking about our ground game. It rests our defense. And when they get to the point where they're tired, that's when you've got to be able to do something to help your defense out. And I think, when you're playing complementary football like that, one feeds off the other. And, when a fresh defense is out there, you got a better chance of getting some turnovers, getting some stops, instead of a tired defense being out there.
Right. Well, I got another food question. Franks wants to know, do you have any gumbo in the fridge left over?
Not today. It's all gone.
Sorry, Frank. We can't get you any this time.
I bet Keaton had something to do with that.
I heard myself.
There's a bunch of them that have something to do with that.
You mentioned turnovers. Darian Boone with 2 more interceptions last time we were on the field. He's got 4 for the year. It feels like he's kind of been the guy that's stepped up. We've had guys in the past. This, it's starting to feel like Darian's becoming a playmaker on defense.
Darian's been a playmaker for 3 years. He played up as a sophomore in varsity. He was sophomore of the year in the district. He played outside linebacker or jack position. We moved him inside this year because he's so instinctive. He can get to the football. He tackles well in open space. He can spy the quarterback when you can play some man coverage, not worry about the quarterback running out of there with it. So he's an exceptional football player and very instinctive, as I said, and he got a great skill set. I mean, he gets his hands on the ball. He can catch it and he can return it. He can take it to the house.
We had 2 guys that showed up last week in particular that for 4 weeks I think we've kind of been waiting on. Zarius Shepard, 3 sacks last week, and Jeremiah Rugely, who's been really quiet for 4 weeks, felt like for the first time he kind of made himself really be a factor in the game last time we were out there.
Yeah, those 2 guys are really good, and they had a big night playing, but I think a lot of that has to do with some other guys being disrupted too. Billy Smith and Omarion Watkins inside. I mean, sometimes you got to slide to protection, or you got to double one of those guys, keep from pushing the pocket, freeze those guys up on the edge, But no, Zarius and Jeremiah, they both give us fits all week in practice. They're a handful, and we need a big night at them tonight. They're going to have to do a good job of stopping the run, and the RPO game, we've got to be able to stop that and create pressure on the quarterback.
And part of their responsibility is to free up things for the linebackers, for Caden Brooks, and also T.D. Boone, too, as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they do. Defensive lineman. I've always said this about defensive linemen. It's kind of like the roach. It ain't necessarily what he eats. It's what he falls into and messes up. You know what I'm saying? So that's what a defensive lineman is. You may not make the tackle, but you got to fall in there and mess it up.
That's a true statement.
That's amazing.
That's unselfish behavior. Words of
I
wisdom
want
from an
that one
offensive
painted
lineman.
somewhere. That's amazing.
I learned that one from Chuck Amato in his days at Florida State when they were really, really good in the defensive line, and that statement is true.
Absolutely.
You mentioned college football. Are you making a trip tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going to go watch Aggies and cheer on the Aggies, and hopefully they go over there and play well.
Tell you what, the young man of yours is getting a chance again to be a starting quarterback, isn't he?
He is.
Is he stoked
I
this
guess
week?
he is. I know Max isn't going to play. I don't know who they're going to start, but I figured it'd be Haynes. But, he gets another opportunity, and I hope he goes out and makes the most of it. It's been, I guess, a year of high and lows, let's put it that way, and you got to go play. Put, what I tell him, control what you can control. Absolutely. Put your blinders on and go do your job. Absolutely. And don't let the outside whatever affect how you play. Don't, you just got to play with confidence. And, others around you have to as well. It's not, it's the head coach and the quarterback are two peas in a pod. Too much credit, too much blame. That's how that always goes. But I can tell you how you can heal some wounds. Go win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Winning heals a lot.
It does.
And one of the things I want to give you credit is no matter how many times you always instill in us, no matter how many times you get knocked down, you better get yourself back up. You better believe in yourself. You can only can control what you can control, and you control yourself.
That's
and
it.
How hard you prepare and how hard you play.
Yeah. That's right, and that's in any game. I mean, that you're going to have good and bad plays. You're going to have high and lows. You're going to go on runs where everything goes your way, and you're going to get on runs where nothing goes your way.
Right,
Whether it's a baseball player, a batter, or anybody else, a pitcher that can't throw strikes. I mean, you just got to focus and control what you can control, and you got to be tough-minded. College football is a tough game. It is a high-money game, and particularly in the SEC. And if you're not mentally tough, you won't last long.
All right. We're about to have to let you get out of here. I know this week they asked you how you graded your team. I heard you said A. How'd you grade the head coach?
B-. Kids were better than the coach.
There it is.
That Gumbo was A++.
You get any better, we're going to win a state championship then.
Well, we'll talk about that week 17. Right now, we got to beat Forney.
There you go. Appreciate you so much, Coach.
Thanks,
That's
Coach.
John
Good luck
King.
to you, Coach.
We're going to
All
take a break. We'll come right back. You're checking us out here on Longview Game Day.
Injuries aren't planned, and here at Longview Orthopedic, we're going to work together with patients to try to obtain the best outcome possible for them. We have the ability to treat all injuries for all patients and athletes of all ages. One thing I want patients to understand is that, I've been in their situation. I played football at Texas A&M University, played offensive line, I was a guard, and being an athlete, suffering injuries, and having that passion to get back on the field gave me a really good perspective on the other side of the line as a treating physician now here at the Longview Orthopedic Clinic.
At Godarzi & Young, we take things more seriously.
Every case that's handled at our office is handled by a team. That work and dedication has caused our office to recover more record verdicts and settlements than any other law firm in Northeast Texas.
It is our obligation to make sure our client has the financial backings and the manpower to be successful.
We are exactly who we say we are. We're trial lawyers who've gotten results year in, year out.
In Longview, see your good neighbor State Farm agent Charlene Ingram for your insurance and financial needs.
Printing your photos just got easier. Just pick your size, color, and favorite photo, and we'll do the rest. Because your unforgettable moments are meant to be framed.
All right, welcome back to Longview Game Day. I'm Chuck Zach along with you. We are counting down to kickoff. We're about an hour away from kickoff of the district game tonight between the Lobos and the Forney Jackrabbits. Before we talk more football, though, we're going to take a break to talk a little bit with the district team tennis champions from Longview. To my right is assistant coach Alex Main. To my left, Luke Archer, Eric Van Zyl, and Jagger Barton, who are all part of this top-ranked tennis team. And first of all, congratulations, district champions. How does that feel?
Feels awesome. Great.
Feels good.
Thank you.
Unexpected or totally expected?
Totally expected.
Totally.
This year.
What do you think, Coach?
Absolutely. First district title since 2015. We're really looking at it this year.
Did you guys aim this year like that was going to be the goal?
Yes,
we're winning
sir.
this team championship?
Yes. That was the biggest goal we had.
What made that realistic? I mean, anybody can start the year going, we're going to win district this year. What was the realistic thing that kind of keyed you in on, we're going to have a chance to win district?
I think this year we just had a really strong team, and a lot of us returning players really wanted to get that district championship that we hadn't gotten in the past. So that kind of fueled us.
Yeah, we lost a few players, but like he said, the returning players really stepped up, and we all had a really great bond, and the freshmen especially really stepped up for us this year.
You're shaking your head too, Jay. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, we had a lot of good freshmen coming on the team this year, and we had a few seniors leave, like Jake Chamberlain, our number one boy, but then we had Eric step up, take his spot, and he's done really good this year, and I think a lot of us have a really good chemistry together, and we did it good.
How important is it having a workhorse at number one that you can really count on? And I'm not going to ask you because you're it.
It's a team effort in the fall, but it is really important to have leaders and seniors that step up and really just lead the path and work hard every day so the underclassmen follow you.
You guys must have enemies in the band. They don't want anybody to hear you while they play. We're going to let them play. They're a little loud. They always are, but that's what you want. You want a loud band. We'll talk to Coach for a minute then. Coach Main, tell me about these three guys.
Man, I've been working with them since their sophomore year now. Three very, very special guys. They all three bring so much intensity to the court every single day. Also, just great attitude, right? They're cracking up. They know when to be serious. They know when to have fun. And they're always leading by example, giving their full effort.
And for folks who don't understand, spring we talk about the individual. Fall we talk about the team. And do you like the way the seasons are split and the fall is the team to begin this year?
Oh, absolutely. I know the fall is the most special time for our players because it's not about them. It's about them and their 13 closest friends.
You guys, who's playing college tennis?
Just me.
Where?
I don't fully know yet. I have a few offers, but I don't know yet. We'll see.
Are you talking about the offers yet?
No, not
You're not
really.
talking about them. All right, well, I'll ask you this. Eric, what are you looking for in a college that you want to go to?
I know I'm not going to go pro. I think I'm really just looking on. I want to be a vet, so I'm looking at what has the best vet program and what'll give me the best scholarship.
It's always the best way. Who's paying the most?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's talk about plans afterward first, then we'll come back to the spring. Plans after high school.
I'm going to be attending Texas A&M University and Mays Business School there, hoping to be a lawyer in the future.
Excellent. We already know from you.
Either Texas A&M or SFA. I want to go into nursing and become a travel nurse.
Excellent. Gosh. All success stories, all already focused on where they're going. So let's hear grades before we let you go. Grade point average.
I don't know my exact grade point average, but I'm 11 in the class.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know mine exact. I think I have a 3.8 on a 4.0 scale.
Oh, you know exact.
Yeah, I think I have a 3.7.
So awesome. When you talk about guys who spend their time athletics, and yet in the classroom we're talking about top-end A's, you got to be proud of that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We expect the highest grades, the highest effort, the highest intensity on the court, off the court from our whole tennis team. Like I said, these three have led by example year in and year out.
So we've won the district title. What's the next step? Because it's this week, isn't it?
Absolutely. On Tuesday, we start our by-district round.
Okay.
We're taking on Huntsville High School in Lufkin.
Okay. And what do we know about them? Were they are they fourth seed in their district?
They would have gotten fourth in
All
their
right.
district.
So we're going to blow through them. Who's next then?
Round two, we'd be looking at the winner of Ennis and Sherman.
All right. You got a preference, Ennis or Sherman?
Ennis, we've already played them before.
Ennis.
Oh, you instantly all said Ennis. Why?
We beat them last year in the playoffs. So.
And you beat them last year in the playoffs?
Did.
We beat them this year, too. I think it was, 16-2?
It was
it was
a
something
blowout.
bad, yeah.
So you own Ennis. Who's the third round?
We're trying to take it one round at a time.
Whatever.
We're looking pretty. We've got some dog fights ahead of us.
Coach doesn't know. Who's the third round?
We don't know.
We don't
yet.
know, but whoever it is,
we've done our homework. Let's just say that.
Appreciate you. So much congratulations again this year. It's awesome. District championship. Like you said, first one in 7 years here at Longview. We're watching you guys next week. Hopefully we get back here in a week or two and we're talking about not just by district or area, but down the road.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
We're going to take a break. Alex Main, Luke Archer, Eric Van Zyl, and Jagger Barton. They're your district champions for guys team tennis for 2022. We'll take a break. We'll come right back here on Longview Game Day.
And now at Orr, we want to buy your used vehicle and we'll give you guaranteed top dollar for yours. And if you prefer to trade, even better, with massive savings on every new vehicle at Orr Cadillac GMC in Longview.
Don't fumble when you're looking for your next trailer. At R&J Trailers, we got the hookup. Cargo Mate, Hallmark, Text Line, Diamond C. We've got the inventory selection to get you into the end zone. Snap into savings with R&J Trailers. Don't pass up on the best deals around. R&J Trailers in Longview and online at rnjtrailers.com. We've got the hookup.
Crunch has everything you need to find your mode. Come check out Crunch Fitness with a free guest pass.
All right, we're back live. I got Jake Poole with us from Orr Cadillac. How you doing today?
Man, doing well.
Good.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Hey, anytime. So tell us how's business been the last couple of weeks. We haven't seen you since then.
Yeah, no, man, business has been good. We've got some cars coming in, and so it's just nice to get some new inventory coming in.
You got a Cadillac with all our names on it?
Yeah, depending on which one you want. Right?
Hey, anything that's white.
Anything
that's white, I love
I don't even care the color. I'm just saying. I'm an easy customer.
I'm a little biased, so
I'm gonna go with her. She sounds like an easy.
That's an easy salesman right there, right?
Exactly.
So we got you on this segment. We want to talk about the Lobos, which is everybody. That's what everybody else wants to talk about. Tell us about the team and your thoughts so far.
Man, I tell you, I think it's I think it's a great team. You know, I think everybody knows that. To watch these guys play, and I think I think the key, and I'm not a coach or anything, but I think the key, if they can just hold that team so tight together, so when they hit the adversity that they rely on each other, I think they're going to go pretty far. You know what I mean?
We saw a little bit of that.
Yes.
Against Lancaster.
Yep, and that's kind of what made me think that. You know, you saw that, and those guys, Lancaster those guys were big and fast and good, and you saw the team rally, and they got, I guess it was a close game the whole game, and then towards the end you just saw them keep fighting and figuring out what's worked. What works, and that's what they did. I think it was great.
So I just learned something about you standing over here on the side earlier. You said you played college football.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that. What was your experience?
So I played at Henderson State in
awesome.
Arkansas. I played 4 years. And
what position?
Defensive tackle.
All right. We were just talking about the D-line.
The D-line is my favorite. Now, I was a lot bigger back then, but, man, it was, I played. I played all 4 years and started and had a great time. And, man, I wouldn't trade anything for it. It was good stuff. So.
Well, I want to ask you about how did Orr Cadillac get a chance to partner with Longview Game Day?
So, how did we get a chance to partner? Well, we got asked. Morgan, I guess, is Greg Orr sponsors in Texarkana for Texarkana Game Day, and Morgan's from here and wanted to get into Longview, and we already sponsored in Texarkana, so I guess we were the first ones to ask, of course, which was great, man. We love, as a company, to sponsor, kids and anything for the next generation. You can put signs and sponsor all kinds of stuff, but when you start putting money into kids and the future, that's what makes a difference, right? And that's what we want to do, and then let people know, hey, we're sponsoring your kids, and all we want is opportunity. If someone's going to buy a car, hey, just ask us, let us give a shot at selling you one. We don't expect everybody.
Right.
We don't, everybody, not everybody wants a Cadillac. Most people. But not everybody, right? And we know that. And so we don't expect it, but all we want is opportunity, and try to, do the right thing and hook them up. And so, and that's what we like to do. And give back to the community, and that's the future. And, they're going to be our customers one day, right? And so I think that's the key.
Can you tell us a little bit about those sponsorships? Like, what else do you do? I know you do Game Day, and I know y'all are very involved with the foundation here.
Yes,
the Education Foundation.
There's a lot. So the LSD Foundation, which does all the Green Out shirts, and then I pretty much do anything I can. I mean, it's baseball, soccer, tennis, golf. I hadn't done golf. I got a letter on the desk, I think. Soccer, swim team, cheerleading team. We did the band 1 year. And it's not just Longview. We'll reach out to any of the other schools in Longview. We're not just going to sponsor Longview. So if anybody wants us to sponsor Spring Hill or Pine Tree, Hallsville, we would love to help out. We did a sponsored a fishing tournament in Diana for their athletic department.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And so they came to me and said, hey, man, we want to try to build some funds for the athletic department in Diana. And so my wife and I, we lived out there for about 5 years. And so we know some people out there. We got some friends out there. And so they asked me, and I said, man, we need to do a fishing tournament. And so I did one with a group that helps first responders and police officers and stuff. And so that's kind of where I got the idea from. And so we did that, and they said, okay. I said, yeah, let's do like a dad and son fishing tournament.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
And I said, let's not only build funds for the athletic department of the school, but let's build the relationship between the dad and the son. And then they said, oh, man, yeah, that's great. And then they had the idea, so we called it the Captain and Kid fishing tournament. And so the name, they came up with the name, great name. And so I think it was great because it doesn't have to be dad and son. It can be mom and son. It can be grandpa and grandson. It can be grandma and granddaughter. It can be dad and daughter, right? The dad and daughter team won the tournament. But it was really cool It was our first year to do it. We're going to do it again and hopefully grow that. And so it's just stuff like that we can give back. And that's really the best kind of advertising you can do. You know, you do that kind of stuff, and then you meet people, and then they see who you are, and they know who you are, and then whenever they need a vehicle, they say, hey, man, I think I might need a vehicle. That's kind of how it starts.
And that's a good idea. Before we get out of here, you want to give us a score and a prediction of the game tonight?
Man, okay. I don't really know a lot about Forney's offense, but they're ranked pretty high. I'm going to say 48-21. What about you?
I got Longview all day. I think our defense is second to none. We're gonna be able to stop them. The thing about Forney, they got good size, so we got to be able to match them and be able to play a good position. But I got us about 20.
I had more than that, but okay, I'm gonna be quiet then.
So how much is Forney going to score?
I give Forney 17.
17.
I was only thinking 10. No,
I would say that, but Lancaster, those dudes are fast.
Absolutely.
So that's one. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, coming off a bye week, I expect us to start just a little slow, but I do expect us to pick right back up. But I want to thank you again for our sponsor.
Absolutely.
For sponsoring us. We appreciate it.
We appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. We'll be coming back to you guys for our last segment. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll come back after this commercial.
Thanks a bunch.
All right.
Over the last 10 years, our office has achieved many record verdicts and settlements. Our commitment has always been to outwork and outfight any opponent we have in whatever courtroom we find ourselves in.
At Godarzi & Young, we have settlements and verdicts that are unmatched. Whether you come face to face with the corporation or the insurance company, they know that if they don't justly compensate our clients, they're going to have to face the Godarzi & Young trial team in the courtroom.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries, and home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Charlene Ingram today.
Don't fumble when you're looking for your next trailer. At R&J Trailers, we got the hookup. Cargo Mate, Hallmark, Text Line, Diamond C. We've got the inventory selection to get you into the end zone. Snap into savings with R&J Trailers. Don't pass up on the best deals around. R&J Trailers in Longview and online at rnjtrailers.com. We've got the hookup.
All right, we're back live. We're gonna talk some area and some district games. Katie, I'm gonna let you lead this one.
Well, do we want to start out with Longview versus Forney, or wait to the end?
Let's say the best. Let's say the best for last.
Okay, so in district play, we've got Lancaster versus Tyler. Lancaster is 3-2. Tyler 1-4. Lancaster right now is 4th in district. Tyler 6th. Right now, Lancaster is a 32-point favorite.
I give them more
their
than
speed
that
a couple of weeks ago, I can agree with that.
And the 9th-ranked team in the state.
Yeah. That
I give them more
helps
than
a little
that.
bit. Yeah, I was about to say, me too.
I see the Tigers pulling away pretty quickly.
Where's that game played at?
It's
in
at Tyler.
It's in Tyler. Yeah, I don't see Lancaster losing 2 games in a row. I bet you they're a little bit pissed off from last week, a couple weeks ago, and
they're gonna show
I expect them to win big.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
Liz,
I agree. Yeah, next district match we've got is McKinney North versus West Mesquite.
They played last night.
Or they played last night. McKinney North beat West Mesquite 34-14. That was last night. McKinney North's 3rd in district right now. After that, North Mesquite versus Lufkin. Okay, do you want to talk about this?
Yeah, North Mesquite is 2-3. Lufkin is 3-2. Last week, North Mesquite lost to Tyler, and Lufkin we're predicting will win. Yeah. I think it's time for them to get a win in district.
By as many as they want?
I think so.
I think so too.
Think so.
Yeah, I don't see them. I don't see them being able to lose this game.
No.
It'll be over with early.
Yeah. If West Mesquite lost to Tyler, or North Mesquite rather lost to Tyler,
absolutely,
I think Lufkin will handle business.
And it's in Lufkin.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is in Lufkin.
That's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
I think that'll be fine. Y'all want to talk about some area matchups today?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
We only have 3 because the big one is where Morgan's at tonight, and I'm wearing my orange specifically for this.
Wait, why would you wear orange?
Oh, you know, because I've got to be repping Gilmer.
See, I thought you was wearing orange for the burnt orange tomorrow.
Well, it works that way too. This is not quite so burnt, but this is my Gilmer orange because they're on my hearts tonight.
I got you.
Gilmer's taking on PG at PG. What do you want to say about that? I want to hear somebody else because I'm a little biased.
What you're saying is that orange is going to be burnt after the game tonight.
No, sir.
No.
Okay.
That's tomorrow.
No.
Well, if you ask me, I think that's probably the biggest game in East Texas, or maybe even the state.
It's a big game
It's
tonight.
a very big game.
Number 2 against number 3.
Absolutely.
That's what I was going to ask.
Absolutely.
Number 2 versus 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so around the table then.
Gilmer.
PG.
Gilmer.
Well, Gilmer, I mean, yeah.
Gilmer, of course.
So
Tuck is outnumbered.
Next week when I see you, just remember. PG.
Okay, what's the score?
Oh, I have no idea. I think it'll be a little higher scoring than people think.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking this is going to be 40s, 30s kind of game. I think both of them can move up and down the field. I don't think PG is quite all full strength, full health, but they're getting there and they're getting better, and they're at home. I'm going 41-35-ish kind of score.
Okay.
I think Gilmer offensively might have a little too many weapons tonight. We'll see. We'll see how that plays out. So
see, at the old Pleasant Grove, at Leon Blake, they used to water the field before a game like a Gilmer or Atlanta came in.
Yeah.
We'll slow them down. That's what they used to do,
especially on the visitor
That's
side.
right. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Lufkin did that too, by the way.
Who else you have?
Go ahead, Lizzie.
Spring Hill's playing at LE tonight. I'm taking LE. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a big one. But then we've got the other big matchup tonight is Kilgore and Lindell.
They're both undefeated in district. They're both 4-2. Gosh, I don't even know who to call on this because both of them can score. Both play pretty good defense. It's a toss-up to me.
Did they both play Carthage?
Oh, no. Kilgore did.
Kilgore.
I don't think Lindell did.
Okay.
I don't think Lindell did. But, I mean, it's going to be a test for both teams.
No question.
Kilgore all the way.
Who are you thinking tonight?
Kilgore all the way.
Kilgore all the way?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I say that because I'm from East Texas, and we played Kilgore, and I know how them guys are. So
I know.
I'm going for just based on history.
There you go.
Yeah. And for me, I'm gonna go with the team that I know just a little bit more about. So Kilgore for me too.
And we got employees and customers in Kilgore. So
I was taking Lindell tonight, so I don't know.
Go ahead.
You were taking Lindell too? I'm taking Lindell.
Well, if Morgan was here, he'd go with his man, Coach Fuller, and so he'd go with Kilgore too.
Yeah, that's right.
I have no idea who could win.
Well, let's do this one then, because we got Longview and Forney, because we got to break this down here in just a second. So is there any question? We'll start here.
Oh, Longview.
Okay.
I think at first I was like waiting for the question, and I was like, okay, I got it.
That's the question.
Longview.
Yeah, no, it's Longview by landslide.
Of course.
Of course, I'm thinking 3 or 4 touchdowns
at halftime.
Probably.
Yeah. So Chuck, my biggest thing is, since Longview's coming off a bye, and I know Forney is too, I expect us to start out just a little bit slow, just to kind of get everything back under our feet. But second quarter, second half, I expect us to be clicking.
We're a great second half team, and we actually are a pretty good first quarter team too. I think we're come out fast. I'm going to disagree and say I think they didn't come out fast against Lancaster.
Yeah.
I think there's some emphasis about coming out fast tonight.
That's a good point.
I would be surprised if it's not a 14-0-ish first quarter for Longview.
No, that's a great point.
And I think Coach King probably respects Forney's offense and what he said in his pregame, where keep his offense on the field, long drives, take time off the clock, and that keeps their offense on the sidelines.
And their offense is very balanced. I think they've got 2 running backs. One of them's a freshman and putting up pretty big numbers this year. So
Taylor Tatum type numbers almost.
As a freshman.
As a freshman.
In the 5A level. I mean, that's big.
That's impressive.
Very impressive. And there's also a freshman that leads the team in tackles on defense. Look out for him too.
I'm telling you, sounds like a pretty young team.
Yeah, but one thing I also want to say too is the thing about Forney in my opinion, as I think a lot of their best players play offense. They play on the offensive side of the ball. So if we can stop them, I believe they would not be able to stop us.
They've got that Gilmer mentality.
Yeah,
Let's put the athletes on the offensive side of the ball.
Absolutely.
I'll do this. I think Lufkin came in a couple of weeks ago thinking they were all that, unbeaten. I think Forney kind of thinks they're all that. I think Longview's going to remind them the Lobos run this district.
Absolutely. You don't want to play at Longview on a Friday night.
No.
We play for blood around here.
In Longview.
In Longview.
In Longview.
Yes.
Ask John King, who's got 100 district wins here at home. Yeah, we'll be good. All right, we're about out of time.
Yeah.
I got to get up there. We got pregame up in the booth starting in about 15 minutes. Kickoff's at 7:30. It's the Jackrabbits. It's the Lobos. It's the all-star cast. They let me sit in today. I appreciate you. Katie Baker, Lizzie Baker, Keaton Daniels. Thanks so much. Morgan will be back next time. I'm Chuck Zach. Me and Tony Kirk will call a game for you in about